Hello everybody! Today I'm here with another Disney Heroes Battle Mode Hero Showcase, and today we've got the next three ones, which are Princess Aurora, Prince Phillip, and Duff Killigan. And I've already tried out Princess Aurora and Prince Phillip in two different team showcases, but I'm in the process of working on Duff right now as his prize wall is going on. I think I'll probably upload this a little bit later, but at the time of recording this, I don't quite have him at level 7 in terms of stars, and I don't have his red skill yet, of course. But we're getting there. And he should be pretty good for now. I plan on doing a Kim Possible team with him too, so we'll be able to do that as well. I've got them all ready to go. Oh, I forgot to look at Phillip. Hold on. Phillip's pretty high up at the top. He must be, yeah, he's all the way up here. Alright. Yeah, we just had his prize wall. I got a ton of stuff for him. Pretty sure his red skill is high as well. So let's get into chapter 17. I'm pretty sure we'll dominate it. So 2 from Sleeping Beauty, and then Duff Killigan obviously is a little bit of a standout, but let's see how they're gonna go. So right now I'm also looking at Duff just to see what he's all about, because I haven't seen it before. But I also need to refresh myself on the other characters. And at the same time, I think I will pull up the patch notes for Duff, because I said I would last time. I did a team showcase, and I'm going to stick to my word. Just to make sure we got all of his skills in order, because I always forget. Yeah, all pretty cool characters. Duff is certainly strange, but it's cool to see him, I suppose. So, his white skill is Exploding Golf Ball. I've seen that one a couple of times. And it takes a little while to actually get to the character, which is kind of annoying, honestly. Because even in 2x speed, we're seeing it slowly roll across the stage. I'm not sure if it's the first thing he's going to do here, but I think it might be his white skill, actually, so we might have to wait for that. He still doesn't even have it. There we go. So it rolls out, and it didn't blow anybody up. Okay, well, it'll apply Shatter and fantastic damage to all enemies in the area, but it missed. He also has a net score, which I'll read in a second here. The net score, Duff slams a special golf ball towards the focus enemy, which splits into a net during flight. I haven't actually seen him do that one. He's going to do the exploding one first. Seems like he has to wait for it almost. There it goes again. I want to see his net. I haven't even seen it. Maybe it's really quick and then it doesn't actually stay on the enemy or whatever. Oh, there it was. Yeah, you barely see it, but the enemy is slowed pretty significantly, you can see. And double clubbed. Duff blocks on the furthest enemy and launches a barrage of golf balls, doing fantastic damage and preparation. I feel like I haven't seen that one either, but it's probably pretty quick. Let's look just real quick to see if we can see him doing that one. Oh, there it was. Yeah, and golf balls are going all over the place. I also feel like I've not seen the Super Grass one, which is the standout one to me. Oh, it's whenever blind is applied to Duff. Oh wait, no, he has to fall below a percent of his HP. So that's why. He probably hasn't been damaged like at all. So we'll have to wait on that. See, this is why it's so helpful. I knew he had that, but I didn't know why it wasn't triggering. Now I know. We could also try to look at the other two. We can find their patch notes. There we go. Okay, so Aurora's got all the fairies, who each have their own set of things that they like to do. Like Flora's Barrier, Merryweather's Bolt, and Fauna's Magic. So each of those take up their own skill. And you can see the little fairies standing around, and then they'll come up now and again to do their individual skill. And I have read what each of them do, but I just don't think it's that important enough for me to repeat that to you guys. I'm also going to look at Prince Phillip's, who's got the longest skill name of all, or longest skill description of all time with the Shield of Virtue. When he drops to his knees, he does cleanse himself. I don't think I knew that. I have seen the Sword of Truth attack, which is pretty self-explanatory. He can block an incoming projectile. I don't know if there's an animation for that, or he just straight up just does it. Oh, I saw him drop to his knee, so he must have cleansed. He gets bonus attack speed when his longsword is blessed, which it does appear to be right now, so he should have bonus attack speed. Where does it say? Is the Sword of Truth? How is it blessed? We're also only going to do like one or two more of these before going into the newest chapter, but... So he starts with the short sword, and he gets extra speed by doing so. This gets the heater shield. The longsword equipped, he gains basic damage and increased basic attack range. Upon third use, the fairies bless his longsword for a duration. So it has to be the third use of his right skill, right? I would assume so. Interesting. So I kind of want to watch him and see him do it 3 times and see if it really works out that way. And then maybe Duff will get damaged enough to see his healing one too. So there's the first time. Does not have the long sword quite yet, he's still using the short one. Now he's got the long sword. I think he's using... Okay, and he's got the blessed one. And it says it lasts for a duration. I suppose that changes as you level him up. I'm not completely sure. Yeah, he also makes sure to use his Shield of Virtue each time. Alright, well. We're going to go to 30 just to see if it's possible with these characters. And then we'll go into the newest campaign. Chapter, whatever. We've been doing pretty good. I mean, chapter 30 is pretty great. We do have Joy here to help us heal, but I don't know if it's really doing all that much. I think we're just good. Duff is not even needed to try to heal himself. Okay, well. I stand corrected. There's all the Duff animations if you're hoping to see those. We'll see them time and time again when we go to the newest chapter. Assuming I'm able to keep bringing them in, I'll of course try, but I just realized there's really no point in waiting. I mean, I said we made it to chapter 30, but we really didn't. We made it through a few of the chapters, or a few of the stages in there, but... Alright, we're in chapter 45. The Order team finds itself face-to-face with a city that is slowly sinking into chaos. I'm not up to date on the story, if I'm being honest. I have no idea what that means. So we've got this glitched out landscape behind us, which is pretty cool. I feel like it is like an old landscape that they've glitched up, which honestly kind of makes it a bit more boring than it did, but that's cool. And some of them are like missing textures, or they're not fully rendered. Like I saw a potted plant that was just a drawing. So that kind of stuff I think is a little bit more interesting. Like that trash bin in the back, it's just like the polygons. And then the checkered board stuff is the missing texture. That stuff's cool, the weird glitchy spots are kind of boring, I think. But, so yeah, now is when I typically... Oh, never mind, Pleakley's here. Why aren't people freaking out? What the... I didn't tap, I swear. That was real glitched. Oh wait. While Pleakley has his meltdown, the others work harder to keep residents distracted. I promise you, I did not touch the screen. It just skipped it. But I was excited to see Phillip in the story. I'm always interested to see who they'll bring in. They've been doing that more often instead of using the same old characters. They typically would. So yeah, my thoughts on the characters. First up would be Aurora, I guess. I don't know, they all seem to be doing pretty good, but also... I don't know. I do like that Aurora gets the 3 fairies to do her attacks for her. I think that's a nice way of incorporating stuff into it. Plus, I don't know what she would really do herself, so it certainly makes sense. I don't know if any of her skills are specifically all too helpful. Though, even though one of them is called Very Helpful. So yeah, she gets to deal fantastic damage with the basic attacks and finally performs them. Glorifying Merryweather, Phillip, Duff, removing all buffs. So yeah, I suppose that is very helpful to just remove all buffs from the enemies with your white skill. The fairies then each bestow a debuff of their own upon the enemies. Silence stacks weakness and reality decrease, which the debuffs last for a duration. So yeah, just a bunch of stuff all at once. It's probably pretty helpful. Aurora gives her a shield, which is nice. Merryweather does an attack, and then Aurora's basic attacks now deal bonus fantastic damage and buffs. So Fauna basically buffs her attacks. I definitely like that she has a shield. I don't think I've really ever mentioned that before, but Flora's barrier is definitely helpful. I believe it's only for Aurora. I suppose it does cleanse her too. But she can block projectiles similarly to I forget, was it Phillip or the other, or Duff? Alright everyone, got any ideas on how to keep folks happy? Oh, I know, stickers. Not exactly what I had in mind, but I love the attitude, Joy. Alright, that was worth stopping the action for. I think it might have been Phillip. Let's see, fit for printer, several seconds, Phillip. Yeah, so it is Phillip that can also block projectiles. I don't know if they did that on purpose to give them both something like that, but yeah, Phillip seems like a pretty good front runner, especially when he's got that blessed sword. He goes nutso, but even with the short sword, I don't think he's too bad either. And that Shield of Virtue really helps out. He's able to cleanse himself a whole ton, which is great. Yeah, a pretty good front runner, and I've got him pretty well leveled up, so I'm sure it has a lot to do with it. But he was protecting everybody pretty well, I thought. With joining a team that helped keep his health up, I'm sure. So we didn't really get to see too much of that, but it's alright. And then I gotta switch back over to Duff. Just 1 second. So Duff is mostly attacking based. He is a damage character, so it certainly makes sense. So we kind of were just watching the animations to see what they look like while he did various different attacks. The exploding golf ball really never helped us out. I'm sure it would help out if we had pretty strong enemies, but every time he would use it, it was so slow that when the time that it reached the enemy was dead and it missed. But I mean, applying shatter and fantastic damage to all enemies in that area Seems like it should be good, but if it never lands, you know, it's not going to be too helpful. So even if you had him like all the way leveled up, if he's attacking characters that are just dying before he can get to them, it didn't matter. But yeah, so just in terms of that, his white skill seems pretty weak in comparison to pretty much every hero I can think of. Especially someone like Mr. Incredible, I would say. The net one is actually pretty helpful. If you're against an enemy who is really destroying your team, bringing in someone who can slow them down for a second so you can get the jump on them. In my experience, I'd usually bring in like Jafar because you can charm them, which means they're not attacking you and they're also not using their skills, so that's your chance to get in there and attack them. I think basically the net score thing would be the same. They'll be stunned for duration instead of being slowed if they have shattered, otherwise they get slowed so bad that they can't do anything anyways. Maybe they could do a white skill though, I'm not actually sure on that, but this Gerald is not taking any damage. We might not be able to do this. See, again, this would be a time where we would need Gerald to not be able to heal himself, or whatever the hell he's doing, because we're not doing any damage to him. I mean, we might as well leave. But I don't know if I can get Jafar all the way to the end there. What if I bring in, like, Pete? I don't know if you've noticed, but he's somehow my second best character. I was playing through the friendship he has with Mr. Incredible. Well, he's dead. Okay. Wait, was Gerald the first? Was that in the first wave that I was messed up? Because in that case, well, Jafar will probably just die right away. Jeez, man. I genuinely don't know if I can beat this. Like, he's not able to do any damage. We do better with Aurora somehow. I don't even know that's possible. Maybe we can certainly try to bring in Jafar. I really don't think he's going to be able to do anything. We can try to give some shield with Baymax, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Are you joking? Are you actually joking? Oh. So it's going to be done, not only because the game crashed, but because I didn't think it could beat the previous level, but I brought in this lineup. This lineup. Prince Phillip was the only character that could get me through it. I don't know why. What? Jafar, I'm pretty sure, died instantly, and so did Beast. And Prince Phillip was there along the way. He was able to kill Gerald. Look, he's dead now. He didn't do anything. But for some reason on that previous level, he was able to kill Gerald, and I got through it. I tried so many different combinations of characters, trying a bunch of different stuff, trying to turn off auto and select specific stuff, like having Randall specifically attack Gerald. Nobody could do any damage on him. I bring in Prince Phillip first try anyway. I don't know why. These are just things I will never understand personally. Like, I could read everybody's skills 10 times over and have them memorized, and I would never understand why that worked. But it doesn't matter, because it worked. Hopefully we don't get stuck again. Hopefully the game doesn't crash again. You gotta be kidding me. Disney Heroes crashed on me? It gets to the point where the game is running terribly, but usually it doesn't crash. So that's pretty sad, but I am using my old phone, so probably has a lot to do with it. I don't think it probably would have crashed on my new phone, but let's keep going here. I think at the end I was talking about... What was I talking about? Well, I think I mentioned Pete. I don't think I've explained why. I just started doing their friendship campaign, and I have so many of those discs, whatever they're called, to level up your friendship discs. Just because I never spend them, and I never do friendship stuff. I was like, what if I just spent as much as it'll let me on this guy? And I did, and now he's my second best character. Not too far behind in terms of strength of Mr. Incredible, but I kept trying to bring him into the previous fight, and he did squat. He died instantly. Yet, Hector Barbosa, who I have at yellow, even though he's at a lower power level, survived just fine. So I don't know if the game is just lying to me about the power level, if that's meaningless, because it sure did seem like it. Now hear me out. What if, while the do-gooders are distracted, we take over the city? And how do you propose we do that, my dear? Easy, we take it by force. I mean, think about it. All the other heroes are out doing their own thing. If we team up, we'll be unstoppable. Ooh, I like those odds. I like that. I felt like a Disney Mirrorverse kind of dialogue with Hades, Maleficent, and Oogie Boogie all working together. Who are all coincidentally in Mirrorverse too, but... Uh-oh. Mr. Incredible's trapped in the bag. Oh, they actually killed him. Okay, well that's not good. Jafar can definitely get taken out. He hasn't done anything. We could try Barbosa and see if that's enough. I could probably take Beast up too. Phillip didn't seem to do a whole lot. Okay, this will probably be fine. I love Davy Jones just because he gives me one extra attack I have to do. Mr. Incredible slams down on the actual Davy Jones, turns around, destroys his heart. 2 hits, dead. But we're wrapping up here. We've got 2 more levels. Hopefully we don't hit any more snags, but it was nice to get to showcase the 3 new heroes. And we've got Milo coming out, if not already have come out when I upload this. But that'll be exciting too. And we should get another update sometime here in July, early July, mid-July, so we'll see. But hopefully you appreciated me actually looking at the skills this time. I don't know if it was any more interesting to watch, but at least I knew what I was talking about. I feel like it was almost more boring to watch, or listen to, whatever. But I can say that I knew what I was talking about for once. And we were able to get to chapter 45, although I didn't know if it was going to happen or not. But we continue to barely get by with the ragtag team here. But we have completed it. Ominous Days. Let's see what is next. 46, we're going down a level. This one's yellow. Whoa, there's a big old portal. So that'll be next time for the next 3 heroes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then. Goodbye.